Yesterday wasn't just another press conference for Mark Carney. It was a pivot point, the kind of day historians will look back and say, that's when Canada changed direction. Mark Carney laid out a multi-front strategy touching on energy, minerals, AI, tech, housing, and geopolitics. And the crazy part, it all connects. It's a single unified sovereign play. This wasn't a random policy. This was a national repositioning. Carney announced a $200 billion Pacific Economic Plan, a long-term strategy to shift Canada trade, energy, tech orientation toward the Pacific Rim instead of relying on overwhelmingly on the U.S. This is not anti-American, it's post-dependency. The Pacific is where AI supply chains are forming, critical minerals are trading, semiconductor alliances are built, energy routes are shifting, and the next 30 years of growth will be decided, and where the next 30 years of growth will be decided. Canada is saying, we're not waiting for Washington's permission anymore. One of the biggest surprises, a new copper mine approval that boosts Canada's copper output by more than 3%. That's massive. Copper is the backbone of EVs, data centers, power grids, renewable energy, battery manufacturing. The world is heading into a copper shortage. Canada just said, we're not going to be flat-footed. This is resource sovereignty, not selling raw materials cheap, but using them to power domestic industry. Carney's talked about natural gas in a way that surprised a lot of people. Natural gas isn't clean, but with the carbon capture, it becomes transitional energy source, keeping costs low, keeping power stable, supporting AI data centers, reducing emissions compared to coal or diesel, and gives Canada control over its own energy supply. This is exactly what Alberta has been negotiating: natural gas, carbon capture as a sovereign tool. It's not perfect, but it's strategic. This is, sorry about that, this is the part that barely got attention, but arguably the most important. Carney framed AI as a national security issue, a sovereignty issue, a resource issue, and an economic dependency issue. Canada is moving toward domestic compute, domestic energy for compute, domestic mineral supplies for compute, domestic AI regulations, domestic innovations, AI innovations. This is the first time Canadian leader has touched and tied energy, minerals, AI, and geopolitics together into one sovereign doctrine. Housing wasn't an afterthought, it was part of the sovereignty plan, Carney's framing. You can't build AI clusters without housing. You can't build Pacific trading routes without housing. You can't build mineral expansion towns without housing. And you can't build energy corridors without housing. Housing is infrastructure, and infrastructure is sovereignty. And this is the first time Canadian government has treated housing as a strategic asset instead of a social program. The Planet D video titled "Carney Outwitted Trump's US Trump's USA" let it be clear this isn't about beating the US. This is about reducing vulnerability. Canada is diversifying trade, building Pacific routes, expanding minerals, securing energy, building domestic AI power. When you do all of that, U.S. leverage naturally decreases. No conflicts, no drama, no drama, just sovereignty. This is the part people will feel. More stable energy, more housing supply, more tech jobs, more mineral jobs, more AI infrastructure, more global leverage, less dependency on U.S. politics. This is a generational shift. Yesterday wasn't just a policy, it was a declaration. Canada is stepping into a new era where resources, fuel, tech fuel sovereignty, sovereignty fuel independence, and independent fuels opportunity. This is the biggest move Canada has made in decades, and it happened in one day. Like, follow, and subscribe. We'll be back with more.